going for an offlane could come into play. Oracle as a hero to Tundra, it isn't the strongest laner unless the carry also has some kill potential.
The question is, what do you pick for Koifa? Because I don't think it can be Slaughter again. Clock was a big issue, thorn in his side in the previous game, and you're against an Oracle too, just so good at removing.
I feel like they probably would still go for the Slaughter type pick because they did really well in laning phase.
Slaughter type, sure, not Slaughter.
They have played, like Quickfire, when he started going to the off lane, they've played Mag, Sand King, and Razor as well, other than the Slaughter.
They could casually go Mag PA, for example. They could do that very easily. They go tough. Okay. Revealing, of course, Tiny is now the core.
Could be awful.
Maybe.
We've not seen Tusk be super successful in the last week and so.
I think it's, at least for this game, you now have a little bit more save with the Tusk. You lose that when you pick the AA core. And you have the double jump now where Tusk and Tiny can also find in the fight.
Is there a universe where you fourth pick an IO? It's Liquid?
It could for sure be. Yeah, maybe. I don't know into Puck. Clock Darkseer, it's a lot of AoE that will be messy.
So this is a cool pick because now the Clock suddenly gets a ton of threat attached. Darkseer really doesn't fear these two supports. You're a very early pipe buyer. Really nice to have those AoE auras because Liquid represents at the moment a lot of burst but very limited sustained damage.
Now, question for Liquid here is what type of carry do they want going into a Darkseer lane? Morphin's banned out.
VSA, just say Jug.
Yeah, but the only fear with Jug is the whole idea of you have the hookshot and the coil to deal with you throughout the later portion of the game, but I guess it's still fine.
Oh, they're going to go for Mars. And there is, of course, still the chance that the Tiny is going to be played by Mickey instead.
That's true. That's true.
Which at the moment looks like will be the case. I mean, does Samil play Tiny that much?
I mean,
I'm sure he can. Yeah.
Yeah, but if you can choose between a Mickey Tiny and a Samil Tiny.
It depends on the route they want to go. So far, Samil's been playing their one.
Yeah.
Mid lane, sure, but do you want to keep that? Mickey is their carry. He's the guy that's been playing PA. So are you going to switch that up? Is that a decision Liquid made in terms of how they're going to prioritize farm all series long? Or was it based solely on the matchup against Puck?
And then I guess in terms of Mars, it might even be a Koifa type. Like, they can swap things around, right? They have a lot of flexibility. It doesn't necessarily need to be Koifa that plays that Mars.
They do in theory, but it's actually pretty tough because they need a hero that's gonna, be their win condition, scale, kill the enemy towers, and the matchups Tundra represent are real difficult. Like the team fight for Tundra is there, and they'll be able to last pick counter carry.
Technically, like, to some degree, Leshrac still applies that type of game plan for Liquid. The only difficulty there is if Puck both jump you and there's a last pick for Tundra, then it might be an uncomfortable game. But they picked it so confidently before, I can still see them going for just full skirmish, full pacing. They bounce fed. But yeah, Tundra, they very much think it's a mid-tiny, offlane Mars with a last chick for Liquid for the carry.
You can't, like, TA's banned, no SF.
I just want to see the Tiny mid against Puck. Don't go too complicated, just have a good matchup and just pick a carry that can play into Darkseer.
Yeah.
Level 3, backpack here.
And they have no reserve, they have like 18 seconds.
Yeah, they got no time left whatsoever. Or rather, not that much anyway.
Simplest solution's just a Jug, but I think they want to go... I mean, you could Spectre, maybe?
Yeah, I'm thinking Jug Spectre. Okay, wow. Okay, nice.
Oh, wow.
Okay.
All right, look at the giggles. Oh, the grins.
That is a Koifa Lone Druid 9th pick. Is that a good pick here? And how will... Yeah.
Mickey Mars.
Yeah, Mickey Mars,
Samil
Tiny, and then...
Okay.
Yeah.
But this is maybe with a variation of Liquid where they spoke about flexibility in the players. They haven't shown it yet, but this could be the game where lanes are kind of thrown around a little bit.
Yeah. And now the farm priority is going to get a little weird, but sure. I dig it because it's a great lane against Darkseer Clock. You can't really ever pressure a Lone Druid, and a lot of the heroes you want to play here are banned out. Lifestealers.
I was going to say, yeah, these bans are now so clear because it's like the Troll, the Lifesteal, these are heroes that would have done great against Lone Druid.
Now, if you're Tundra, just a PA with the Darkseer, something to get active, high reach. Spectre isn't really playable into the massive team fight of Liquid, so
they go for Wraith.
Of course. Talk about going to the staples. Yeah. I mean,
Game 3, Kyle.
In a must-win scenario, Liquid say Koifa Lone Druid and Tundra say Skeeter Wraith King. Probably should have seen it coming. Both teams just sticking with what their team is. This is what they've done for years now.
Yeah, it's gonna be an absolute. Yeah, both teams, they have the counter initiation. One has Mars, one has Puck. They have the tower pressure. One has Druid, one has Wraith King. I think the main thing here is Liquid has an easier time grouping early on to apply pressure, and then Tundra, they can fight on into that pressure when Wraith King uses his ultimate and turns the fight around with Darkseid Wall plus Puck Core. But yeah, I think both drops are pretty even. I prefer the idea of Liquid because the simplicity of push with Lone Druid if he has a good lane, and I think he will have a pretty good time. So yeah, I just Lone Druid on Liquid is very scary.
X factor is that the Liquid supports are all just damage. Right? It's tough to just level safe as possible. Whereas on the side of Tundra, a lot of counter initiation that can come out from the clock, but specifically the Oracle and the Darkseid. You're gonna have an early Piper Greaves. Maybe he'll go for an Agnew or Solar Chest, whatever, but you don't have that option on Liquid to get those really early supportive items. You don't have an Oracle, you don't have that hard save, so it's going to be more difficult for Liquid to execute team fights. They're going to want to play some immediately, but Tundra have the tools to prevent that from happening.
And when you guys are talking about Lone Druid doing well against the Clock and the Dark Sphere, does that mean that we're going to see lane swaps until that lane is there for the side of Liquid? Like, is that the one that they want to set up?
This isn't going to be as devastating. We've seen some terrible stuff. I think these teams are going to be a lot simpler. Just go to the lane, apply the pressure, get the early farm and go. We're not going to see heroes running around. Hopefully.
Okay, well, hopefully that won't happen. We're going to find out what will happen together with Moxie and Purge. Here's game.
All right, game number 3. We have a Skeeter Wraith King, we have a Koifa Lone Druid, and I have a feeling that once this game hits into the late game portion, we're in for a bloodbath, Purge.
Yeah, it's going to be a fun match to watch. It's always cool to see games where teams have counter.
Need a hop up. Turbocharger. Need energy ammo.
Set and waiting.
Alert 5, Valkyrie on standby, ready for burn. Main engine burn. Nobody panic, but we got bandits. A life vest is located under your seat. But you don't have a seat. Hope you can swim. Deathbox over here. New kill leader.
Yes.
Portal placed.
I have a subject in view. Right here.
Got a bogey on my marker. Throwing thermite. Box 3, double squad. Nice. Safe to touch down. We're already in the next ring.
Attention, delivering replicator.
Standard stock here. Level 2. Got a replicator coming in. Looky here. Got a bandit. Firing.
Placing it.
Under fire. Recharging shields. Reloading. This time I'm down.
Reloading.
Under fire. Reloading. Say goodnight to another enemy. Bandit bought the farm.
Shields are recharging.
Last member's down. One squad closer to win. Bogey over there. Taking fire.
Darkstar delivered.
Reloading.
Spotted one.
Recharging shields.
Variable.
Charging on my shields.
Body shield here.
They spotted me. I'm taking shots. Recharging my shields.
Enemy spotted. Far.
One sec. Healing up. Bogey right here.
You're on the same team.
Out. Grenade. Under fire. Got the banner. Spring it.
My vision is clear. Reloading.
Bogey here.
Set.
Fox 3, setting the payload. Taking fire.
Reload. Old school. Right. One less variable to consider.
2 squads left. Don't bail out on me now. You're the new kill leader? Sweet. Replicator on its way down.
Shields recharging.
Charging on my
To
shields.
this sector.
Need to use this beast kit.
Observing this area.
These lights.
Reloading. Recharging shields. Throwing Darkstar. Down to subject.
Ring's not too far. 45 left.
That was the last one.
Crashing and burning here. Just one turn. Hold on. Ring's nearby. Recharging shields.
I have a subject in view.
Recharging my shields.
Gas trap deployed. My vision is clear. Reloading.
10 seconds and the ring's just ahead. Let's scan this area. Recharging my shields. Let's scan this area. We're outside the ring. Move unless you want to get barbecued.
Let's go to this area.
Incoming care package. Pro tip, don't try intercepting something at Mach 1.
Subject spotted here.
Alert 5, Valkyrie on station here. Go for burn.
I'll hold.
Placing an independent variable.
You guys go.
Gas trap deployed.
Beginning countdown.
Care package over there.
Watching over there.
My trap's still there.
Watching over there.
Ring's close and we've still got a minute.
We should conduct a search right here.
Search spotted out there.
Placing gas trap.
Got ourselves bandit out there.
We got gas trap behind.
Tally on bandit out there. The ring's close and it's a good...
Removes the lab rats. Spotted one.
Fox 3, sending it home. Firing. Reloading.
Spotted this subject over there. 10 seconds around. The ring is
Taking fire.
breathe it in.
You are the Apex champions.